Hi everybody, this is Pam from Jesus Junk Journals, and I'm going to continue on with the Book of Matthew journal today. And I've been cutting out the little ephemera pieces, so if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and cut those out and ink those. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out, or you need to go ahead and cut out these. We're going to do these today, and we're going to do this today. So cut these pieces out. I started to cut it out and I thought, well, let me just say something first. So you can either use an X-Acto knife or you can cut into the center of it like this if you don't have an X-Acto knife, and eventually you can cut it out with scissors. When I say eventually, like the corners can be a little tough on an inside space like this, but if you cut it and just kind of like round it at the corner and then keep going, round it at the corner and keep going. I usually use an X-Acto knife, but I just didn't feel like it today, so I'm using my scissors. Hope everybody's having a good craft day today, having fun. And let's see, here we go. And then what you do is you just go back from the other direction, and you can cut the corners out after the fact. Same thing again. You're going to want to get your long fasteners out, your Tim Holtz little fasteners, because we're going to be making some more of those circle closures that I love to do. And some 1-inch circle, if you have a 1-inch circle punch, you're going to want some of those. Okay, so that's cut out. And you're going to get a piece of acetate. I get acetate. Ooh, I can cut my circles from that. Okay, so get your acetate, just an old piece from probably some Tim Holtz product that you bought. And let's see. Well, that's not actually going to be big enough. Let me get a bigger one. That's actually, oh, that's from a Christmas card box. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll just cut a chunk of that out. I'm just eyeballing it. Hopefully I can cut it big enough to. And of course, don't lay it down on your table if there's all kinds of stuff on it like mine, because it will stick to it. Okay, and that's big enough. So I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac and put the glue around the edge of this frame. And you don't have to do a solid line exactly. If your Fabri-Tac skips here and there, it's okay. And don't get it too close, and I probably got mine too close. Don't get it too close to the edge because it's going to squish out, and it'll squish out where it shows. So try to keep back from the very edge if you can. Yeah, see how it's down here. I think I got a little close, maybe. So I'm, ooh. Okay, and I'm gonna, okay. Go ahead and squish that down. Try not to squish it too much down there, but. Okay, so that will be, now this one, I have a cutting line here, and that's where you're going to glue it to your journal. I went ahead and cut myself a little bit of extra space just because it was there, but either way, it's fine. And then you're going to want your scoring board. And score that tab right there. So what we're going to do, and I need to also put something on the back of this. What you're going to do is add this into your journal somewhere, wherever you like. Let me see if I can find a page that I like. Looking for a, there's one that's, yeah, like a plain page. And you're going to glue this in, and then you're going to glue this over it, leaving this edge, and you're only going to glue it on 3 sides because you're going to be able to tuck in photos or whatever you want into that. And then this will, actually I'm doing it wrong. You want to glue it on this side, sorry. You're going to glue it here out to this edge so you can tuck things in from the outside edge, and then this will open up and you have room to put things on this side as well. So I'm going to, before I glue that down, I'm going to do something on this side just real quick. So let me get my inks and stuff. Okay, and I'm going to use my purple Wilted Violet Distress ink in the stencil, and just basically just so I don't have a white. And I'm also going to add some blue, I think. So I always like these when they have 2 colors. So this one is chipped sapphire. So before I move my stencil, and let's see. Go back to my purple. Okay. Get my edges just, as you can see, I'm not concerned about lining the pattern up. Okay. All right, so now I don't have a plain background on that, and I can add more things to that later if I want to. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue this. Got glue on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this. So I want the open edge over here by the tab. So I'm going to put glue. Oh, I don't want this. I want to, sorry. I want my regular Barely Art glue, my paper glue. It gets clogged so easy. I've mentioned this on my other videos. If you haven't got one of these, go to Walmart, go to the place where the toothbrushes are sold, and get one of these gum dental cleaning things in the green color. That's the size you want, and it will unclog your glue bottle, and it's wonderful. So, okay, back to this. Put some glue. Come on now. Okay. And keep the open side here. Huh, that's just a little bit bigger than the background. So I'm just going to trim it off with the scissors. Okay, and that's done. And that is your little window. I'm going to glue it to here. So put glue on this edge. And anytime you're gluing on a fold like that, you want to make sure you get glue on the tab, but be sure you get it right along that edge. It'll make a nicer, flatter piece if you do it that way. Stick it on there. And then go like that. Get it where you want it. And there is your little fold out window. So you can put things in there, and then you've got room back here to add more things too. Okay, so that's that. So now we're going to do these two little envelopes. So we're going to go back to the scoring board and score our tabs. Then you're going to want to score your tabs on the bottom part of the envelope. So I want to give a shout out to the group on Facebook. It's called Jesusjunkjournals Creators. My little group there, not little, it's actually gotten really big. It's just jumped from about 600 people to about over 3,000 right now. And so we've got a lot of new people that are wanting to learn a lot of the new stuff so they can get going. And so that's fun. And it's extra fun because it's people who want to do faith journals and Jesus journals and all things Jesus, which is great. So we're getting a lot of variety of looks and ideas, and people are being real sweet to each other, which is the most important thing. So it's been really great. Got Leona doing the Bible recap, which is amazing. So if you haven't read your Bible through, get on there and hook up with the Bible recap program that she's doing. And you'll have your Bible read, and the little videos that go with it explain all the stuff in the Bible that you maybe didn't understand. Now I'm going to take these just because I've done these before. I'm going to cut these off just a little bit because in these corners that overlap, sometimes they run into each other like that, and it's a little much. So I'm just going to trim those down. And did I do it already? No, got to do this one too. So I'm just trimming that little bit of that excess paper off so I don't get so much of an overlap. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Distress ink. All right, well, I'll just start with a new one. I've got some laying here. And get the edges. I love this pocket. I actually have this pocket from another journal that I used, and I just love it so much. I thought, ooh, I'm going to reuse it on this journal too, because I love this pattern, this artwork that's on this, and the color. Chartreuse is probably my favorite color, so. And I love botanical prints, so. What is not to love, right? Did I do them all? I think I did. Okay, so we're going to make those circle enclosures or closures. So I'm just going to punch out. I need let's see, I need 8 for each one, so 16 total. And I've got some, but I'll go ahead and use this paper up while I have it handy. I punch extra paper all the time and keep little circles so I don't have to do it when I need them. I just go get them, but since this is right in front of my face, I will do it. Okay, I decided that I wanted something with more contrast, so instead of just doing plain white, I'm going to use this black and white dotted, which I have a few similar ones. So I'm just going to cut, I need 4 just for these 2. So I use these as my ones that show. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue, I glue 2 together. And I kind of move them around to spread the glue out. So I glue, I like the thickness of 2 pieces of paper on each circle. And so, okay, just glue your circles together. So you're going to turn 16 circles into 8 circles because you're going to glue them 2 by 2. I actually can glue these black ones on for 4 of them. You can't have too many of these circles because eventually you will use them. So you're going to do 2 circles. You're going to do one of your plain ones, and then if you used a decoration paper on some, you're going to do it like this. You want 2 of these up on the top, 2 of these on the bottom of each one. So 2 and 2. Okay, you're going to get your awl out that you use when you bind your signatures. This is your book binding kit. If you go on Amazon and look for a book binding kit, it comes with an awl, needles, wax linen thread, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to take the awl and I'm going to get a piece of styrofoam from just a piece of Amazon packaging that I have. You're going to want your long fasteners. These are Tim Holtz long fasteners. I chopped the top off so it would fit into my little plastic box that I keep them in. And I need 4 of those. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're going to take our 2. Now a lot of times what I do I want to do that this time? Guess I could. Just to show you what I'm talking about. So sometimes what I do is I just cut little extra piece of paper like that to glue in the middle, just to give it a little space for when you put the string around it. So I just glue a little, it's just a little spacer, and might as well do it on these. And again, it will work if you don't do that. I just try to do it when I think of it. Okay, so I'm going to pair them back up. So what I'm going to do, this can be a little bit tricky. You probably want to pick the page that you're going to put them on. In fact, you do want to do that. So pick a page. I think I might use that page. Just because I have 2 of these pages similar, so I don't need 2 of them. So I'm okay with covering one up. And what I'm also going to do, since this page, you know, I did the jelly plate printing, and you don't always get full coverage. Sometimes you get stripes like these. So I'm just going to take a washi tape real quick and glue just so I don't have any, I don't like bare white of anything. So okay, and then I'm going to take my first envelope. You kind of want to eyeball where they're going to go, because what you're going to do is you're going to glue them like this, and then this needs to tuck into this top piece. So what I'm going to do, just to make it easier on myself, is cut this off like this, and then That'll tuck in like that. And then this one will go up above it, and that tab will go on that. But what you want to look at is the spacing, because you're going to have space between them. So if I put this one all the way down, and I might just move it up a little bit, then you can kind of see how much space to put between them so that it looks nice on your page. So just kind of get in your mind the placement, and you can even draw a little line here so you can get that out of the way. And so what I'm going to do is put my circle on the bottom here. And you want these circles to all line up. Since there's going to be 4 of them, you kind of want them to be straight. So what I'm going to do is get a ruler. So this is basically 5 inches wide, and so the middle is going to be at 2.5. So there's the middle. So I'm going to do the other one, and assuming I line them up on the page the same way, this should be fine. But 2.5, 2.5. So there's your middle. You're going to put your circle on. Now I know it's going to go on the back side, but I can see it on this side with this mark, and I'm eyeballing this so I get the center. And actually, let me see how this falls. Okay, so see if I had put that there, it would be hitting on that. So you want to move this down to about the bottom, and then you could use a ruler to find the middle of the. And actually, I might as well do that. Might as well do it right, since I'm demonstrating it. So it's an inch circle, right? So 1/2 inch is right here, and I'll even go here. So there's the center of that one, and you really just need the top circle. We want it to go down pretty far down to the bottom. So I'm going to put that there and line that dot up with that mark I already made. So we got pretty straight, and I'm going to poke that hole. And turn it over. I forgot the second circle. So put the second circle with it now that I know where the hole is. And I'm going to poke that hole like that. And actually, if you leave it on there, you can just line that up better. And then put your fastener through it like that. Okay, and that is just right almost down to the far bottom. So we'll repeat. Got your middle. You're going to take one of the decorated circles, figure out where the center of it is, and from all directions, roughly there. And poke a hole, and then I'm going to eyeball it, line it up with that line. That looks like where I want it to be. So I'm going to put it in the styrofoam and poke it through. So now I'm going to take the styrofoam, get my plain circle, put with that, poke that, flip this over, get this lined up, get my fastener, and attach that. So you've got your circles on your bottoms, and now you want to do your tops. I'm going to take my decorated circle, sort of find the middle there, 1/2 inch. And then put your white circle with it. You can punch them all at once if you want to. I've been doing them separately, but this time I'm going to put them together and do it. Then put that one on top. And you want to look at this, and you can eyeball it if you want to. Just make sure it's even right there. And you can poke a hole. So same way. There's that extra circle. Okay. And take your other flap. And let's see, you had that one, so you allowed about that. I'm just kind of looking to see if, make sure I allow the same amount of room as the other one, pretty much. Put my awl there, pick it up, put it up on the styrofoam. Okay, and then I'm going to put these two circles together. Put the awl with them. Put that on there. Get my little fastener. Same thing on this one. It's just easier to line it up if you get it all strung onto the awl and then put it on there. Okay, so there you've got that. And I think I'll go ahead and put the thread on it too, since it might be easier right now. So I'm gonna get the thread between the two circles, tie it in a knot, double knot rather. So pull it tight. Trim off the end. And I'm just going to cut a piece off here. I think that's plenty. And then do this one. Trim it off. Okay, so now we're ready to glue this in finally. And try to get it glue for sure a straight line against the fold, as close to the fold as you can, because that'll make it lay better. And so, and you want to get it, I'm putting it against this edge. I know it's not centered that way, this way, but I don't want anything to bind up my fold, so I'd rather have it over closer to this edge. So I'm going to put it there. And then I'm going to take my flap, and I'm going to, oh, let's see, I didn't trim this one off. I'm going to trim this one off so I don't run into anything. And then I'm going to put glue on this. And I'm going to tuck it into behind that envelope like that. And then glue it. Now I'm ready to do the one up above it. You know, it's funny when you're shooting a video, it's the little things that can get in the way. The little foxes spoil the vines, as the Bible says. It's like little details that get in the way. Okay. And then we're going to glue the top flap. So tuck that into the envelope behind it and glue it. All right, and that should be wrap it however many times you like to wrap them, and then trim it off if you want to. It looks like it's about right, so I'll just leave it. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, yeah, I might trim that one off a little bit. All right, and there are your 2 envelopes. Good deal. And they came out pretty straight too, so that's good. I know that was a little fussy. If you're not careful though, what will happen is you'll get them just slightly off, and then they'll be like ding, ding, ding. And every time you open the page, you'll be like, ugh, why didn't I make those straight? So it's worth putting a little bit of extra effort into it to get those straight. Okay, and then I went ahead and cut these out, these edge little tuck spots. So let me ink those, and we'll figure out. I know these are these are kind of a pain to cut out, but they're cute, don't you think? So I put them in there. I thought they're more interesting than just straight ones, but they're also a bigger pain in the neck to cut out. So there's that. I don't know if this ink will show on here. I guess it does a little bit. I tried to work a good amount of purple in because this is the Bible about Jesus as King. I want to emphasize that, and so purple is a royal color, and so that's why we've got purple on here. So now you want to distribute your pockets and your things that are a little bit unique. This is a good page because I stamped with purple. How about that? Yes. All right. So I'm going to glue that in there. So you just, of course, you glued 3 sides, leave the scallops alone. And actually I'm going to put it on the inside, away from the fold just slightly, but it's good to have your pockets on the inside because then whatever you stick in, if it's longer than the page, it can stick out a little bit. And then I have this one, which I don't want to put it in the same signature, so let me put that one back. See if I have anything here that this goes with. And it does, it goes really well with that one. So I will glue the smaller tuck pocket in here. All right, so of course, that just gives you a place to stick all these million of cards that came with this kit. We have a lot of cards and things that need to be tucked into a pocket. And I had the video where I made pockets, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of those in, if I can put my hands on them here. Okay, you guys, I am just in love with these edges. I hope you saw that video, and I hope you make some because I just think they're so cute. You ink this. So if you didn't see it, it's just a bunch of triangles that I cut from all my different paper. And should have inked that before I glued that on there. And then I used, this was like coffee filter type paper, but it's like kind of like a handmade paper. It's real fibrous, and I made a ruffle out of that. And then the stiffer paper I cut like kind of like you cut paper dolls if you ever did that when you were young. Put some ink on those edges there. I also stamped these papers with my various Tim Holtz stamps. And then this is just some hems. The stiffer paper you want to just sort of pleat, just kind of fold and gather up. And then this is another one with that fiber paper. And then I've got one here that I'm going to finish doing. And that is, I folded up a strip of just the cardstock, and then I cut it in a little curve. And now here's where I'm at. I'm just going to take a regular paper punch and just kind of punch holes so it looks a little bit kind of reminiscent of eyelet. Clearly I'm not being too perfect about it, but then ink it. Not going to be able to get it down in the nooks and crannies of those cuts, but I'll get it a little bit, I guess. You can see the triangle one that I cut, and then I had a smaller paper punch. You can also get those in office supply stores. And then I'm going to take just a rectangle. Yeah, I think this is a little more what I'm looking for. And then I'll glue that on it. Stands out a little bit better. So let me see how much of this I need. Looks like I just need to trim off this. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over and run some glue along the bottom. And no, don't want that. I'll do that. Just kind of overlap that just a little bit, and then I'll cut off the excess. Like that. So that's a pocket now. And so here we go. Let's put some pockets in here. Ooh, that's pretty with that. Okay, I'm going to put that one right there. Let's see what my options are here. I mean, I could do that one. I could do that one there. It kind of goes with that. I hate to put them right across from each other though, so I'm going to keep going. All right, I'm just going to keep going until I find. All right, this one looks like it could use one. I kind of hate to lose that writing there, so I'm going to keep going. Keep going, keep going. Let's see. Well, there. That is a better one. Yeah, this was the one I was going to use over there. This works out great. And this one's just a little bit short, but that's okay. It'll still work. So, let's see. Got to remember what edge I want to put glue on. That fibrous paper was cool, but it's a lot thicker, so let me lay that aside. Looking here. This will work. Which one do I like the best on there? This one. Okay. Ooh, that one's a little long. Okay. Move that over. Glue this here and trim that off. Okay, I'm going to move that just a hair so it's not showing that tape over here on this back side. Now that was another reason Barely Art glue lets you pick it up and move it just slightly, which the art glitter glue does not let you do that. So let me find my third one. I think that one will go there. All right, this time I'm going to be smart and put the glue on this side. See if that works better. All right, so there are, oh, and then I've got this edge. Which it could go on either one of these. I think I'll do it on this one because this is kind of plain. And this one's kind of long too. So I'm going to put the glue over here. And trim this off. So now I'm down to pockets. I've got these pockets. Actually, that one looks kind of cool. Okay, I like that one. It's got the peaches that's in that. And even though I don't like putting the pockets on the outside like that, I'm going to anyway. There's another one that needs a washi tape. I do have one that matches that pretty well, so I'll go ahead and there, much better. Okay. Oh, I got one more pocket. Let me see if I have a place for him. Let me get my other switch back out. Okay, I like it there. Ooh, I kind of like it there too. I like that. Oh, how many times am I going to say it? I like neutrals. Okay. I'll put that there. Just a little bit away from the fold. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more work with pockets. What this does for me is it kind of helps me see what I need. And I'm going to go ahead and tuck in some of these things I have just so I can see how much more I need to get everything in here. And then I will come back on the next video and keep going. See you next time. Bye-bye.